What will help you move forward in life is understanding that you will be perfectly fine without the desired outcomes in mind. When you take something that you really want, a job or a partner, friends or opportunities, when you decide, okay, I really want this desired outcome, I want you to then imagine your life without it and how you can build a life and be happy without that thing. And you'll realize that you don't need that thing to be happy, and the thing that you want will naturally gravitate towards you because it's not feeling that sense of resistance. It's the same way with a crush that you have. If you are anxiously attached and you really want the validation of someone, you really want someone's love, you really want them to pay attention to you, you want them to validate that you're pretty, you want them to validate that you're enough and that you are lovable, the other person feels that and they are instantly repelled by you. This is anxious versus avoidant attachment style. It's the resistance in between that stops us from getting the things that we desire. To find a state of flow is simply being okay with just being and letting your heart and your core and your lower chakras lead you through life and turning your thoughts off a little bit more. Your thoughts and your fears and your anxieties are all up in your head. If you can feel that you are worthy enough and okay from within inside of yourself first, then you can get the things that you want. Basically, it's about relying less on the desired outcome and more on how you feel about yourself from the beginning. I think for a long time I felt really unworthy because I relied on everyone else outside of me to tell me that I was good enough, or I relied on succeeding in auditions. I relied on getting picked out by certain teachers to tell me that I was a good dancer. I relied on the people I had a crush on to like me back. And guess what? They never liked me back until I cared less. They didn't like me back until I realized that I didn't need them for my happiness. And the things that you want will automatically feel that you are ready to receive those things. It's not the outcome itself that you are drawn to. What you are really drawn to is your soul's growth through the process of getting there. It's how you will grow that your soul is drawn to, because deep down you know that there's some kind of transformation that you are being called to go through in order to live the life with that outcome. So for example, let's say I want to be a singer and I want to be able to play an instrument and sing songs on stage to an audience. To get from where I am now into transforming into the person that has those things, I know that it's the growth and how I will change through getting there that is the most valuable part of this experience, is the person that I will grow into through the things that I'm experiencing, rather than the label that I get with that thing. It's more than just being a singer or playing an instrument. It's how I got there that molds me into who I am. And then with the things that I learned through that experience, that will give me something that I can contribute to the rest of society. You can't live in a state of flow without feeling safety from within. When you don't allow yourself to find the security inside of your own body, you aren't allowing yourself to feel present in the moment. These things are implemented on us, and we are almost forced in a way to disconnect from our heart space and our core and to focus more on what's going on in our thoughts, because we are constantly needing to make money to survive. We are trying to keep up with the cost of living, and we have things like ads and trashy food that tastes really good but is so nutritionally empty that we are in this rat race of trying to keep up. And at the core of that, we all find ourselves lacking self-worth. Under capitalism, it is difficult to find a strong sense of self-worth. And the trick to removing that resistance to feel worthy comes from knowing that you are enough with or without the money. When you learn that it's okay to take up space, and you learn that you are safe within your own frame, it gives you the ability to go after and pursue the things that you want, while simultaneously understanding that you will be okay without that outcome. The trick to finding a state of flow is to accept the current reality, to accept that things may never change, and to learn how to be okay with the circumstances that you find yourself in. By learning to be okay with those things, you are facing the vibration that you are operating in. You are facing the truth that you may not feel worthy, and that's why you are desiring those outcomes in the first place. When you detach yourself from things, you automatically allow yourself to attract more to you. When you are so attached to things outside of yourself to give you that sense of self-worth, you will never feel that real sense of self-worth that is authentic and organic and long-lasting. Receiving the things that you want is so much more than manifesting things. It's so much more than just writing down on sheets of paper the things that you want over and over again and folding it up and burning it, or any of those rituals that we have been fed to believe work somehow doesn't work. The trick to manifesting things comes down to tapping into the current vibration that you are operating from, getting real with where your sense of self-worth is being derived from. And when you can tap into your emotions and the things that you may have repressed to stay safe, you can relinquish those fears that are building the resistance in the first place. I have spent so much of my life living in fear and letting fear drive me, and I have been taught to let fear and worry be the main driver in my life, when that has only made things more difficult for myself. That has only taught me that I am unworthy of receiving the things that I want. Because when you constantly feel like you need to fight for something outside of yourself, you never allow yourself to feel satisfied from within. And it's so unsatisfying and so disappointing to live a life where you are never enough. And the only person who can make you feel enough is you. And until you find that sense of flow, that ability to just be in the moment with no attachments to anything outside of yourself, when you finally allow yourself to do that, you will be so shocked at the things that come into your life, and they will just flow into your life with no resistance at all. You won't have to try. The best things in your life will happen without you even expecting it, and you will feel free without feeling like you need to think about it. You will feel free without needing to remind yourself to manifest. And all of those rituals and all of those little tips and tricks they don't stand a chance against relinquishing the fear and unworthiness from within. That's really all you need to live the life that you want, is to fully let go of the beliefs that you are unlovable. And when you learn how to love yourself and to understand that all of the things that happened to you as a child, the painful circumstances that you have been put through, none of those were personal, and they didn't say anything about who you are. And you need to grant yourself the permission to be an abundant person. When you feel whole, things will come into your life that reflect that sense of wholeness from within. Learn how to feel worthy without anything outside of yourself, and watch how your life changes. Watch how you will relinquish that resistance. Watch how you will finally feel satisfied. When you walk down your path, you choose to do it in a way that is not with fear, but with love and the knowingness that there is enough for everyone.